it's your favorite person, Sneaky Devil, with his Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9003. We got Atin here, we got Max here, we got Nose Hair
Aye.
slurping about.
Please end my suffering.
And I got some stuff for you guys today, because today got Shield Hero stuff.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Alright, so here we go.
I'm gonna be upset, aren't I?
Oh, you're gonna be
What's that?
you're gonna be violently upset. You are going to be you're gonna find a new word to describe how upset you will become. So, the first story for tonight is it was borderline a just fucking dumb story, but I decided that, I wanted to talk about it.
No,
This-
oh,
This is
what you decided
Rising.
is everyone
never
else
make
to
that
suffer.
choice.
This is
You wanted
Rising.
everyone else to suffer.
Rising of the Shield Hero, sanctumized. Yes, he spelled it wrong. While sleeping with his wife, Damon, the name of the author, because his name is Damon Sanctum. Get it?
So is this a self-insert?
Yes.
Why?
It's a multiverse self-insert.
For what purpose?
To die. Accidentally sends them and large portion of his pre-built fighting force into the world of Shield Hero. And he is Shield Hero. Can Damon resist the urge to blow his cover as Overseer? And what is he planning to do with the shield? Question mark. Rated M for later chapters. So,
Of course, he's going to fuck the raccoon girl, isn't he?
Of course he is.
oh, he's a
one of those
He's
degenerates.
from Kuwait. Okay. His this is his author page. This is relevant reading, by the way, because his character bio for all of his stories is his author page. I have been reborn as Overseer of Platinum Sanctum. Sanctum. For those who are wondering where I've been, work is pain, and it's been so long I used old accounts I forgot what all my accounts were. Anyway, I have news. I will now do Neptunia fic based on Rebirth game, except Neptune will gain forms. A Monster Girl Quest, self-insert. I have feelings for Blake, Belladonna, and Yang, but after seeing them with Duncan Verser, I now have mixed feelings. Apparently, here's his Marble. Was it Marble Phantasm? No, it's Reality Marble. Here's his Reality Marble aria.
Oh, Jesus.
I am the platinum light in the void of space. No obstacle is too great. No foe is too strong. I have taken the principle of supremacy from God himself. I am the darkness that fights for good. I shall lead those who oppose me into the depths of the platinum force known as Sanctum. I am Damon Walton, reborn as Damon Sanctum, Overseer of the Platinum Sanctum.
Max, do you want to go play Dark Souls? I feel like that'll be less painful.
I'm already ahead of you on that front. I'm playing fucking extra.
Weapons.
I'm running like 5 or 6 different things at once, including this.
I
so-
have. and
No.
I'm gonna fucking just put this down for a second to hear how much alcohol I have right now.
Weapons. The Platinum Dramic. It is a giant transforming greatsword capable of turning into a long-range buster rifle, rapier, or katana for speed.
Fucking Dex Fag.
I think Max might be having a seizure now.
No, I'm fine, but this.
Don't you know weapons get faster when they turn into katanas?
Well, no, I mean, relative to the other things he listed, yes, a katana is faster.
No,
than
it's
a
it's
great
not though, because it's the same weight.
Yeah, no.
Physics does not work that way.
I mean,
The
is this a
only
magic
way-
transformation or just
no?
like a
It's
Ruby?
literally a mecha weapon.
Oh, okay, then no.
Oh yeah, it's a large transforming great sword. Okay. So you know what this is? This sounds like I really liked Advent
It killed my.
Buster Blade, but what if I added a gun instead of 3 swords?
No, I'm just. It's literally an orc. It swings faster because it's a katana.
Oh, it swings faster because it's smaller, boss. I bought this katana with the teeth I stole. Ah, that was terrible.
That was pretty bad, yeah.
I don't know
You
what.
can
I
try
don't know,
again.
that ended horribly. I'm sorry.
His other weapon is called Shadow of Innocence.
Oh my god.
A secondary blade that resembles the legendary Muramas katana.
I'm gonna bring
The
up-
front edge of
Which-
the
hang on,
blade.
I'm sorry. I want to stop for a second here. Which one, motherfucker?
The frontal edge of the blade is dyed red,
I think-
and
I
the
think-
rest of the blade is pitch black. One cut from this weapon is deadly. Can be dual wielded with the great sword.
I think the video I
Ow!
posted
Ow!
is.
Oh god! Ow! I cut my finger on the edge, guys.
I think the video I posted sums this up very well.
Oh lord, what is this?
Oh, katana
It's katana
users. Okay. Oh, it's not a.
5 years ago,
Oh, yes.
I lost 30,000
Jesus
men
Christ,
in the
this
blink of an
stuff.
eye.
Yeah. Basically, yeah, katana users. Yeah, no, unfortunately, I can't, dark mode an author profile. Which is, oh, wait, maybe I can.
Unfortunately, suffering awaits.
Ah,
Okay,
there
yeah.
we go. There's crawling.
Yeah, I guess that works.
Were you not expecting crawling? Were you expecting?
No,
crawling?
I was. That was like, there it is.
Wait, hold on a second. He has a primary weapon, a secondary weapon, and then a boomerang shield. Made out of his original element, alonium, which is 100 times stronger than titanium.
'Cause of course it is.
Also, it can turn into an energy shield like Jackal's. Because, why not?
Good. Shadow the Hedgehog.
Also, so not only does he have a primary weapon that turns into a rifle, but he also has a secondary weapon, katana, but he also has a boomerang energy shield, but he also has 2 handguns that are capable of punching holes in titanium. They use the elements of fire, ice, and lightning as bullets. Also, he has 2 X-type Keyblade Omega complete versions.
What?
What? Do you know the amount of effort you'd have to put into to get that?
A heavily modified version of the X-Blade that Vantis uses, only it's also been completed. The blade has been customized to be platinum with a golden handle and a platinum lining. The blade has...
No!
The blade has...
That's not how that works.
The blade has...
But like, no, seriously, the amount of effort that you would have to put into to get Can I point out it took like 6 games to get one? One!
Hey, the blade
And then the
has,
motherfucker still jobbed with it. to a
has
fucking
traces
16
of the same unknown mineral that was used to make the platinum Dramic his primary weapon, making the
remember.
blade indestructible.
How that works.
The only weapon stronger than it is platinum Dranic.
Of course it is.
You could have just married Orichalcum. Could have just made it Orichalcum, not Platinum Drink.
Also, he has.
It's his special platinum.
Also, he has an ignition cannon, which is a summoned weapon that is a massive heat cannon from the power of Sanctum. It fires a laser of 5,000 degrees Celsius. Also, he has the Asher Sanctum, which is a fusion of make-believe technology. It is basically a much stronger version of the ES Asher with Byakuya Shiki. I don't know what any of that means.
Neither do I, and I really hope I never have to find out.
It is
It
equipped.
was a bunch of words. That's all you need to know.
It is equipped with long-range buster cannons, energy blades, and a chest-mounted laser capable of wiping out stars. Fucking
Okay.
what?
First off, when you say Buster Cannon, people generally think of the shit that you stick on giant robots.
I
Is
think-
that what this
Listen,
is?
I
hear
think
Buster
this-
Cannon, my first thought
I
is,
mean-
are we like?
I
okay,
think
we have
this
a Gundam?
is a. I think this is supposed to
mean-
be a robot.
If you were gonna go full edge, you might as well go all fucking out, I guess.
I mean, you're right.
That doesn't make it better, though.
No, it doesn't. I'm just saying this. And if this guy is just going full edge for the fun of it, I admire the. I'm not sure "admire" is the right word.
Pick
Oh.
your words carefully here, friend.
Your
No, I think
friendship
what he means is
depends.
He's like baffled, flabbergasted by the level of edge, right?
It gets
not
worse,
even
guys.
I'm not even mad. I'm impressed.
Also,
Disappointed.
also, he has the Soul Blaze, which is a colossal scythe wielded by Chaos.
How many weapons does this goddamn edgelord
The
child
weapon
have?
is so powerful that in a single swing, it can obliterate a person's soul. Also, he has phase control, which
So
allows
we're officially in the metaphysical bullshit of check off the Gary Stu list at this point.
which also allows him to manipulate time and space and reality.
Why do I see Warframe listed? I am no longer okay with this as a joke.
Also, he has some ability or something that allows him to freeze everything in ice.
It's supposed
Also,
to be Cocytus? I'm not sure.
Pedro has
Oh.
asked us to please fucking stop.
yeah, well, he didn't pay me, so no. He also has transference, which allows Damon to use the power of Warframes and Tenno.
Pass into the iris.
Wait, that's like saying allows you to use the power of Africans. It's like, what?
Okay.
Why did you
Well, no, no,
That's
because
a really weird thing to jump to, my man.
no, because literally it says allows Damon to use the power of a race. Like it's not their technology, just use the power of the race.
Well, no, Tenno are fucked up Orokin, who are fucked up humans. Tenno were... It's not pretty. They're child soldiers that were
Yeah, I know,
accidentally
but he already has,
exposed to radiation.
but he already has access to Warframes. It's Warframes and Tenno. So it's not like he has access to the Tenno technology by mentioning the word Tenno. No, he already has access to all that. It's just he has access to their technology and their racial. I guess. I don't know.
Well, okay, look,
It gets
Sneaky.
weird.
He has the Loki Prime, the Frost Prime, Volt Prime, and Rhino Prime.
What could he possibly need with all of?
Also, he
obviously
can teleport.
Like, look, obviously, I understand this is some edgy kid trying to give himself all the cool toys. Like, I really do understand that.
Also, also, he has the Auric Dragon Multi-Gear, which is a better version of the boosted gear, Divine Dividing Gear, and all other sacred gears in the D times D realm. Also, it has the
Okay.
powers of Great Red and Ophis. Also,
Alright, this
it
is
has the
getting
scale
silly.
mail versions of all of them, and it's better than all of them. This is Damon's most powerful weapon.
This is getting silly.
Also,
Getting silly, Max? It's been silly. Let's be real here.
also, he has Devil's transcending ultimate final form. Only Damon can use this. He is able to harness the darkness of the Platinum Sanctum to turn
sorry.
himself
What?
to turn himself into a super being.
Nani, the fuck is wrong with you, sir?
Really?
Things, clearly.
So, okay, so now we're just full on.
We've gone full darkness.
He goes full grayscale. He is extremely powerful in this form and is able to destroy universes at 50% power.
I'm getting a lot of nothing personal.
Please.
Also,
Oh lord, there's more.
he has the
Why?
Platinum God. True power is unlocked. This is Damon's real true final form.
If I wasn't looking at you read this on stream,
You wouldn't believe it's a thing.
This form is unlocked after he goes into an emotional and mental breakdown of watching someone get erased by an anti-seer. What? It basically looks like Super Saiyan 5, except he's platinum colored.
What the fuck is Super Saiyan 5?
I don't know.
oh
Is
no,
that one of
that's
those spick
that's
things?
no, that's Dragon Ball. What did you say?
I'm sorry, what did you just jump to?
No. Okay.
No.
No, no, no.
No.
There is
I have.
no saving that.
No.
I
You don't get to get out of this.
No, I actually have. So you know, Tenkai Buchi 3, right? Whatever the hell you pronounce it with. Someone made entire mods of Super Saiyan 10, Super Saiyan like maximum Poder, Super Saiyan like Bulma bullshit in like complete and total mods. It's like all voice acted in Spanish and everything. It's just I think the mod pack is called that. That's not just a racial
Okay,
thing. That is
so
actually what it's called.
We'll
It's
give him
literally
a we'll give him a C grade recovery on that one.
I'm not shitting
I'm not.
with you here.
I'm not giving him any recovery on
Yeah,
that.
no.
I'm not shitting with you guys here. That's an actual thing.
Okay.
That does not
That's
make
not the
it
problem.
better.
But guys, hold on. There's more. This form is not actually complete. He actually has 5 seals that hold his true power in check.
Oh my god, there's fucking 5 seals too.
He gains the ability to control all energy and matter, even antimatter. If he is able to remove at least 2 seals, he is on greater or on par with Trirexon, evolved at
Okay,
full
see,
power.
Pedro gets it. Pedro understands what I'm talking about. Fucking
It is speculated that if he can release all seals, if he can release all seals, then he would be stronger than Lady Infinity and surpass the Almighty.
Who the fuck are all these people?
I don't know. I know the Almighty is literally, like, Big G God.
Well, that's obvious.
I don't know what the fuck Lady Infinity is. He also cannot be sealed or killed in this form. Can't be sealed in this form, has 5 seals on him. Big, Familiar. Tyrexon, original dragon of supremacy, judgment, and domination. The strongest dragon of all, the true dragon of dragons, the dragon that birthed all of the dragons in DXD. It is... all gods fear his existence.
Oh, good. Thank you, C8. I'm gonna go look at this right now.
It once battled Ophis Great Red and Trihexa simultaneously in the dimensional gap. And between you and me, let's just say it wasn't even close.
Oh, listening back to that clip is great. Like I start trying to explain that it's some kind of Dragon Ball thing, and my brain catches up to what Nose said.
What the
I
fuck swear it's a fucking thing.
You can swear all you like. Oh no, that's listen. That will not help your case, sir.
I think you did good. You did good, Pedro. This is his familiar,
yes,
by the way.
Pedro, you have pleased your dark masters.
Blah 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 blah. Tyrexon is approved why he's all power. Jaymond was only able to gain him as a familiar because Tyrexon is a reincarnation of his older brother. If these two ever actually fought each other seriously, well, let's just say we don't want that to happen, because Tyrexon has an even more powerful true final form known as Zero Form. It puts him rivaling God himself and no equals.
So is Nose still trying to redeem himself from the unredeemable?
Notable companions! A bunch of fucking people. Yang Xiaolong, Blake Belladonna, lowercase Ruby Rose, Weiss, lowercase Schnee, Jean, Rena, Rias, Takashi, Kuratsuno from some vague anime. Jesus Christ, it just keeps going. Oh my god, it just keeps going. He has multiple OCs of, like, literal end-tier power lines.
You know, I'm not normally a fan of telling people they shouldn't write, but...
Okay.
Sounds like you're about to make an exception.
You would be correct, sir.
He apparently has 8 unfinished stories that are supposed to explain why this profile exists.
8 unfinished story explaining why this garbage exists.
Yes. I love this one. Monster Girl Quest, The Sanctum. I am Damon Sanctum, overseer of Platinum Sanctum. What happens when I land in Monster Girl Quest? Can I survive, or will I lose my sanity at the hands of a monster? Why is that even a question? After literally looking at this author profile and reading all of this garbage that he has access to, is there even a contest anywhere?
I wonder what will happen. Will he fuck the monster, or will he fuck the monster? It's a really hard decision to make here. Really gonna have to think about which one he does here.
Yeah, it literally all of his stories are just this tier of garbage.
Does this mean we can stop now?
Oh yeah, no, this is the reason why I want to just fucking meme on this guy. Someone get Arn in here. I mean, you feel free to ping him in. No. Anyway, so this is the real story that we're gonna read. Chronicles of the Wayward Tome Hero.
Oh, goody.
Yeah. Rising of the Shield Hero, self-insert, a Korean high schooler from California, a sentient grimoire with an appetite for flesh. The two demi-human slave companion only friends, a flock of birds who have eyeballs for heads, and a imp who claims to be the god of space-time, walk into a hellhole of an isekai genre. This oughta be fun. I think the imp who claims to be god of space-time is a reference to Dragon. Fucking Christ, what of it? I'm blanking out.
It's okay. You'll pull through.
Atin, we play the shit out of this game.
We played a couple of Dark Souls.
No,
Total War.
no, the co-op game by
Stellaris.
Larian.
Divinity.
Divinity, yes. There we go.
How did you forget Divinity?
Look,
Honest
I
question.
blanked out, okay?
Understandable.
But, yeah, I think that's a reference to Divinity Original Sin 1. That, imp.
Fuck if I know.
You should know. Let's...
Come on now. We barely played that game.
We... Oh, that's right. No, wait, no, I played that with Rob. I played a lot of that with Rob. We got, like, really far in the first game. We fought the guy in the forge, and then we had no fucking idea where to go from there.
Forge?
The forge, yeah, and the volcano or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we were just like, what the fuck do we do now?
I'll be fucked if I can remember what to do after that.
Yeah. To be honest, this feels like an actual isekai. He should make a proposal to someone and ignore the fact that it's supposed to be a shield hero story. Just that description. I mean, it's a pretty shit description, honestly. Maybe the Korean high schooler from California, sentient grimoire, that's decent. But pretty much everything past the grimoire part is really shitty. Really just not
this is surprising
not
now.
needed. But to be fair, it is an isekai genre, and that's pretty much the definition of isekai genre, is completely unneeded characters and aspects of it that you're just like, well, why is this in here? The author was like, well, I was on a drug trip. And you
I
just
got
go
really
say no
high, and
more.
I thought this would be a good idea.
Anyway, so we're just gonna no author's note, so let's just get right on into it. Let's see how I've ended up like this. First, I noticed there are exactly 100 days until graduation, weekends included. Second, my counselor's appointment has been moved to tomorrow. And finally, I didn't do too badly on my calculus quiz today, so yay. All of that was around the last 16 hours of my life in the real world. Because by the type I hit the sack and wake up to the bathroom, the door ends up into deep dark pit that sends me flinging down towards God knows where. I think that sentence did sanity damage to me.
Very well might have.
Take 10 sanity damage.
Hold on, I gotta restore my sanity a bit. Okay. Sanity restored.
I'm pretty sure alcohol does not restore sanity.
No, it does.
It does actually.
Mm.
The explanation behind that was your guy basically goes. The two thought processes are either you're so drunk that you're just like, oh hey, that's a Cthulhu thing, whatever, or the other thought process is your guy's like, I I'm drunk. This isn't actually Cthulhu. I'm just really drunk.
Or the third one is you just forget whatever made you, go a little bit insane.
I feel like that shouldn't work the way it does, but it does, and I'm not going to question it.
I feel like humans shouldn't drink alcohol, but, someone discovered it somehow.
I feel like humans shouldn't drink alcohol. Sneaky Devil 2020.
As he drinks from a 2-liter jug of vodka. And now here the fuck I am. 4 Japanese dudes with each of them holding onto a bow, sword, spear, and shield respectively. Now that is actually a really badly worded sentence.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it makes it sound like they all have every single one of them.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck me. The rising of the shield hero. The trendsetter of edgy isekai before ReZero and Goblin Slayer. Really?
Okay, hold on.
Was
No.
Shield Hero before Goblin Slayer?
No, it
Okay,
was
first
not.
of all, Goblin Slayer is an isekai.
Goblin
it's-
Slayer is not an
Yeah,
isekai.
it's fantasy. You illiterate fuck.
And
grant
ReZero
you,
was
it is
long
edgy.
before Shield Hero.
ReZero was 2015.
You say ReZero's been around for a long
2014?
No. Shield Hero was like 2000. I don't even remember how fucking old the manga is.
Shield Hero was 2018.
Oh, ReZero was 2012.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
this guy's got some fucking distorted timeline going on here.
Has it really been that long since RE0 came out?
Yes.
Has it truly been
And Shield
so
Hero
long?
was 2012.
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
Its original run was
Oh, it's
the
original.
original novel series
I
was
was
2012
talking-
to 2015.
I was talking.
The light novel was 2013 to current.
Yeah, I was talking about either the light novel or the anime. Specifically, the anime because that's the most popular section. Like the light novels, very rarely get lots of fan fiction written about them.
Well, that's because no one reads the fucking light novels.
I know that's my point. It's usually the anime that brings everyone into these sections. So,
Yeah, well,
I have so many questions right now.
I'm fairly confused after that.
Yeah.
I am too. I'm also confused by I'm trying to give my guy a bionic eye in RimWorld. So I start typing in how to install prosthetics in RimWorld. It's how to install prosthetics RimWorld, how to install prosthetics Kenshi, how to install prostitution mod Sims 4.
Uh-oh.
Look,
Did he just
You are-
go
you
robot?
are-
Well, is
you
he
are
attempting-
better. You are better off not knowing the amount of bullshit mods that exist for Sims 4.
Oh, Kenshi.
I see.
Anyway,
Like, seriously, don't look them up. Because that will lead you on a very long road to nowhere.
I am now living and breathing in this possible hellhole. Wait, calm down. Before I can visibly panic, I apparently speak out loud. Like, yeah, that's gonna make people not pay attention to you and definitely gonna calm you down and make everyone not react to you. Is you talking out loud saying, calm down. Okay.
I am a perfectly calm individual.
Yeah, the appropriate reaction, by the way, for this cast is to slowly edge away from the American talking to himself.
I thought Americans talking to themselves was common practice in Japan.
By the way, I still want an isekai where a guy just ends up that he doesn't. It's the one isekai where he doesn't magically speak the language. He's just they're all there speaking Japanese, and he's just stuck there speaking English. What the fuck are you people saying? What's going on? Why do I have no idea what's going on? Who are all you people?
You know what? I think there would actually be an interesting isekai. It's triple. 3 people. They don't know each other, so they're not friends to start off with, right? But they all get put into the Steam starting zone or some shit, right? And it's an American, a Kraut, and a Frenchman.
It sounds like a bar joke.
Exactly.
Really bad.
I'm pretty sure it is a bar joke.
It is a bar joke.
You should feel bad for that stupid fucking joke.
He doesn't. He'll never feel bad for that stupid fucking joke.
I began to process the world around me. Now, Fumi, I thought as I began to scan room around me. You already said that, Rother. Itsuki, Ren, and fucking Motoyasu. Okay, but look, if you've actually read Shield Hero, you actually kind of feel bad for the guy in the end. A little bit.
Oh, yeah, I want to say around volume 10 or 11, it's like, oh, and everything is now coming full circle for this dick.
Yeah, and then you're just like, oh, okay,
Those
wow,
here, I
that's
don't
a
care if
lot.
that's what you were talking about. That does not fix the problem.
Oh, did
What
he
was the
finally get around the
problem?
pin? Yeah. Okay, yeah.
What
yeah.
was the problem? The fact that I said spick? Because the
Yes!
fucking story
The
we were
fact
reading
that you
was more
jump-
offensive than any fucking word I can possibly fucking say.
No, no.
That's not how that works.
I don't fucking care anymore.
just stop. Stop.
Nah, no matter what I say.
I
there's-
tried my hardest not to strangle
Don't
him
jump
right
to the
where he
slurs,
stood.
you cunt.
Yeah.
Except that's what it's whatever.
But say literally anything
I tried-
else.
I've tried to defend you before. I can't defend that.
Oh, so speaking of offensive shit, so today,
No.
Let's not.
today at work, I thought of a really shit joke.
Oh boy.
Do you want to hear it?
No.
Oh.
Sure. You know what? Go ahead.
Nosehead said, Nosehair said yes.
Go ahead. It can't be anything worse than what we've already heard.
What do you call
Why
a
would
midget?
you challenge him?
What do you call a midget
Because we
stuck in
wanna
a
be
door?
proven wrong. Let's fucking
What?
hear it.
What do you call a midget stuck in a doorway?
I immediately regret my decision.
A shortstop.
Get out.
Wait, that's a fucking dad joke that I heard like 6 years ago. Oh my god, his humor's turning into dad humor. Oh dear Christ. Sneaky, the aging is accelerating. You're fucked.
Rest in peace.
Now, speaking of offensive shit again, I actually got pulled into work, pulled into the office by my supervisor today. Because I said fuck.
Generally not considered workplace appropriate language. Gonna be real.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he was like, look, I know you weren't saying it anyway, because I said, yeah, I was saying it prevented one of my fuck ups. That was the context. He's like, I know, you didn't say it to anyone, but you can't be cursing around new employees. I'm like, okay, yeah, sorry, whatever. Because fuck is probably one of the lightest words that I've heard around the office from some of the other employees. And, so then he sends me back out. Literally within 15 minutes, one of my coworkers says fuck like 3 times. Right next to the new employee. And she doesn't get called in, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. This is...
It's your life now.
I expected nothing less than one standard for me and one standard for everyone else.
You know,
Good.
for as shitty as my first GameStop manager was, even he was pretty lax about cuss words. It was simple. It was real simple. Listen, so long as there are no customers to hear it, go ahead.
Yeah, that's pretty much the general gist. Yeah. Except, apparently I'm not allowed to say fuck. Literally,
No,
the
not
new
you.
employee, by the way, also said fuck.
Never you, Sneaky. You're not allowed to cuss. Period. You should know this.
Yeah. Anyway. Wait! If I am in that scene, then that means the metal cuff was around my right wrist. Linked to the metal cuff was a book chained to it. I mean, I guess that's one way to make sure that they always have the book on them. A rather large book, I might add. The book
What is
itself.
it? The Book of Idiocy?
It's the Necronomicon. So yes.
I thought that was the book of. I thought the True Necronomicon was the Book of Cat Names by Lovecraft.
Yes.
Okay.
The book itself was gunmetal black, a complete contrast to the other whitish silver weapons, and a single snow-white pearl in the center of the book's cover. As for the book itself, the book was the size of my backpack. Its thickness was the combined thickness of 2 math textbooks. Jesus Christ.
Holy cow, you're gonna get a hernia from that, my dude.
And that's chained to your wrist,
Yeah.
just hanging off of it?
That
I
Feel
think that's what we
super
call
bad
advanced
for this dude's
microscope.
wrist, yo.
The pages around the edge were covered by a layer of metal. On the plate of the white metal were zigzag grooves running through the center. Brave heroes, a booming voice rattled in my eardrums, causing me to flinch. We have summoned you to save our world from the oncoming. Hey,
Oh,
old
wait, when
fart.
was this published? 2017? Oh, no,
Yeah.
he's fine. Math textbooks now are like nothing.
Oh, really?
Because I don't know how it is for you guys, but like within 5 years of me graduating in Georgia, they dumbed down math a shit ton.
Of course they did.
Oh.
Never leave a kid behind. How do we do that? We fuck everyone else. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with the school system.
No.
They made some dumb decisions
one
after I
is-
graduated.
No, look,
No
like,
one is
even,
happy
like,
with the current system.
it was painful in New Jersey, right? Because they didn't even teach us shit. They flat out told us that due to No Child Left Behind policy, that the only way for the school to continue operating was instead of teaching us the curriculum, they just taught us what would be on the test. The state test.
Yeah, honestly, even that's still better than what they did here, which is we're just going to drag every child's performance down.
If we drag it down to the lowest denominator, then no child can be left behind.
Rather than trying to lift the children up, which is
Oh,
what the purpose of
funny-
No Child Left Behind was supposed to be for.
Yeah,
Every
well,
state literally
Well, no,
lowered the
see-
standards.
See, we thought about that, but it turns out that actually costs more funding
yeah,
that we can't put towards the teachers' lounge.
exactly. Because teaching unions.
I actually had my high school. We rebuilt the school, and they actually made our gymnasium smaller, but the teacher area was much larger than it was originally. And we were initially, like, the student council started complaining about it, and then they suddenly stopped because obviously the teachers were telling them to stop or they'd,
Yeah.
do things.
Yeah, we also sold sod to pay our bills. And by bills I mean we meant the teacher's salary, because we literally couldn't, even with all of that, we couldn't afford paper.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, it's bad.
New Jersey.
Teachers were instructed to bring their own like markers and pens from home. We couldn't afford paper. Our newest books were from 1984.
Oof.
Nifty.
That's a hot fucking.
That's how much of that was just out of date for you guys?
Like, did you still have racial slurs in your textbook? I ask because this is New Jersey.
I don't know.
Okay,
I-
New Jersey.
You
this is-
imply that we read our textbooks.
This is a good point he makes.
On the upside, Sneaky, you had the good textbooks for taking naps.
Oh yes. Oh god, during the summers, I'll just flay my face on that textbook and be like, "Ah yes. Thank you, book, for absorbing all the cold air in the room."
Oh, thank you, oh grand book.
And then you try and lift your face up and the book's just like stuck to your face and you're like, "Ah, fuck."
Yeah.
At least it wasn't a fucking
Oh, that's
Oh,
another
God,
thing
I
that happened,
fucking-
by the way, is we don't have AC in the below high school schools. So,
surprise of no one.
so during a heat wave, they were giving out water that the principal paid for. Because he went down to like the 7-Eleven and bought like a lot of 32 packs of water and just started handing them out to all the kids.
You know what? Sounds like you had a pretty alright principal.
And I just remember
Your
one
principal
history
at least
class.
paid for shit.
I just remember one history class in like 8th grade, I think it was, where the teacher was just like, "It's too hot to teach you guys. We're just all gonna sit here in the dark."
We're all gonna sit here in the dark and think about our failing budget, kids.
That face when Brazilian schools are more modern than New Jersey's. No, it's just my area. I was in a very rural area. Very rural area.
Very rural, probably very low income in spots.
Like, cranberry bogs were our biggest income rural area.
Cranberry. Jesus Christ, were you just living in a Resident Evil game, Sneaky?
I like how your childhood sounds like it was even more southern than mine.
Well, no,
Despite
it's not,
being several hundred miles north.
no, you don't understand. People were driving rusted pickup trucks with Confederate flags on them. You don't understand how rural we were.
Oh my god.
That's like, and when you were down here, if I had hopped on 75 and we just went south for like an hour and a half and picked an exit, that's how far we'd have to go to start getting that kind of shit.
Yikes.
And like, there's another thing is like, I remember there was this building. I don't know what the fuck the building was, but basically, whenever crashes would happen, the police would tow the wrecks to this building, and it was just an empty lot with a building. I don't know what the building was. Again, no idea what the building was, but the wrecks would be towed to
took them
this
there.
building in the empty lot, and then over time, people would just show up and dismantle the car piece by piece.
That just occurred, did it?
Were
Yes.
they running their own chop shop?
Literally everyone was running their own chop shop.
I
The
wasn't aware
school
that
had a
chop
chop shop. The police had a chop shop. The firefighters had a chop shop. Is this where we find out the cranberry farmers also had chop shops?
I honestly,
No,
I
Max,
wouldn't be
the
shocked.
Cranberry farmers had an organ harvesting operation. Get it right.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
It's possible.
It's the worst kind of chop shop.
People chop. But no, it was like the headline news was that the one road for the town was being paved in 2010.
Oh.
I don't think you understand.
I like that out of all of us, Sneaky's the actual farmer boy.
No, but like I lived in a development. It was a bunch of big houses because of the big housing boom. But that was also because a lot of people in that development were actually building contractors, and they all built their own big houses with their building company. And then sold it to themselves.
Wait, how does that work?
Illegally? Probably.
Very likely.
Like, I still remember driving down the highway in my area and seeing a Peaches sign written in paint, wood sign, just the word Peaches written in paint over a stall. $2
All right then.
for a box of peaches. Just, on the side of the road.
Okay.
Max is being intimidated by my by my
Oh, no,
apparently
no,
overly southern.
No. We have plenty of that. It's just like some of the stuff you're listing, I would have to go an hour and a half south. Like, I gotta go down to where the
The more
cotton field
wild
still-
part of this is we were 30 minutes out of Atlantic City and Camden. Like it's just like an immediate transition. Like you're in the city and then
Yo.
suddenly you're in the South.
Okay, real talk. Development lines are no fucking joke.
Yeah. But anyway, we've diverged the topic a bit. Thank you, Super Potatoes, for your continued support. I must thank you again for your monetary. Sounds like an absolute certain way to die. What's that a response to? Atlantic City or Camden? I mean, the correct answer is both, but yes. Anyway. I yelled out in an annoyed tone, barefoot in nothing but basketball shorts, a green hoodies. Multiple? Okay.
Multiple green
Apparently
hoodies,
he's
eh?
wearing multiple pants and multiple hoodies with a single white tee. Alright.
Makes sense to me. I don't see the problem.
You see, Sneaky, he uses one hoodie as an actual hoodie and the other as a set of pants.
I stamped my feet towards the man. Just your feet? Oh, buying peaches from a random person on the side of a rural highway is a good way to die. Not at all. Look, Pedro, you don't understand. While fleeing a hurricane in Florida, I pulled up to an abandoned gas station filled with Mexicans that did not speak English. In the center of this abandoned gas station, there was a deep fryer with the words "Gator Bites" very crudely written in a sign above it. $5 gained me a styrofoam take-home container of fried Gator Bites. And when I was buying these Gator Bites, the guy at the register, who again does not speak English beyond $5 and Gator Bites, and also he said, "Good sauce, yes."
Sneaky, I just want to point out, you do realize you bought a human being's remains, right?
This is entirely possible. However, the Gator Bites were good, and so was the good sauce, yes. It was very surreal, okay? I was hungry, no one spoke English, I paid with a $5 bill, and I got, quote, Gator Bites and good sauce, yes.
Also, like I said, I've got RimWorld running in the background.
Yeah.
I tried to give a man an Archaeotech eye,
Yeah.
but the normal surgeon fell asleep.
Oh no.
So the backup surgeon took over.
Yeah.
He fucked it up.
Yeah, of course he did.
Of
So now I
course.
have to give this man 2 Archaeotech eyes instead of 1.
She did surgery on the wrong eye!
Oh,
That's the only thing I can
hey.
assume. And I'm just like, I'm just standing there because it says, it's like he's made a mistake. I'm like, what do you mean he's made a mistake?
And Pedro, it did not taste like veal. It tasted like chicken that did not have the consistency of chicken. So, anyway. By the time I was around an arm's reach of the wrinkly hoot, the guards then crossed their pole arms, cutting my path off. I stopped out of courtesy. Yeah, that's why you stopped. After all, being sleep deprived for 3 hours.
What?
I don't think that's how sleep deprivation works. Homegrown peaches are great. Yeah, no, I can agree to that. My stepfather has a peach tree and an avocado tree. And they're pretty good, yeah. Look, Pedro, not everybody is some Brazilian trying to sell you Brazilian long pig, okay?
Look, normally I'd agree with you, but this is Jersey.
No, the Gator Bites was in Florida.
That's still Jersey. It's just,
You-
long Jersey.
You're not actually wrong. So something I found out.
That's my point.
Something I found out is for Jerseyans, 3 things occur. Either you like the cold and you go north and end up in Maine and Vermont, or you dislike the cold and you end up in Florida, or you're too poor to leave or you don't care, so you stay in Jersey. Yeah. So, you have no idea. Going around with a Jersey plate in both Vermont and Florida, I have had so many people go, "Oh, you're from Jersey too? I remember living there." So many people. All the people. Except the cops. Cops did not appreciate my Jersey plate.
Okay then. Is there a story behind that?
Jerseyans are very aggressive drivers. Thank you. You better.
I mean,
for
so
following.
South Carolina and most of Atlanta.
No. Jerseyans laugh at Georgia drivers.
I said Atlanta, not Georgia. We consistently are in like the top 3. I think alongside New Jersey, actually, for worst drivers.
Excuse you. That's best drivers. You got the category wrong.
No.
Jerseyans
category's right.
are the best drivers. Not only do we exceed the speed limit, but we distract the cops as we outrun them. My lawyer says I cannot answer anything further than that. Anyway, so sleep deprived, well, pardon me, what's going on here? Wait, there are 5, a female voice called out. Oh, fuck my life, I turn my head towards the left, it's the red-haired lady, blah, 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 blah. Makes me want to rip the mask she calls Goodwill off her face and make a hat out of it. What? But apparently this guy is like on drugs and or possibly playing a lot of Borderlands. We have the worst roads in Pennsylvania. Some roads with the speed limit of a challenge of can you actually go this fast without losing control. Pennsylvanian drivers are just garbage in general, to be honest. Like, ask anyone from New Jersey. It's Pennsylvanian drivers is almost at everyone's top of the list of license plates you don't want to be behind. You guys are just, I'm sorry, you guys are just the worst drivers in existence. But to be fair, Florida drivers are pretty bad too. And I don't mean like Jersey bad where everyone goes fast and knows what the fuck they're doing. I'm talking about like everyone goes fast and has no fucking idea what a car is.
Oh, they're the people that don't understand that this isn't a bumper car.
Like,
It's not?
I remember back when I lived in Florida, I remember almost every single day the morning news had at minimum a 3-car pileup on the highway by 7 a.m.
I thought that was a joke of a stereotype. I didn't realize that's how it actually was.
My car insurance was $500 a month.
All
For-
because of the place you lived.
For double that coverage in Vermont, it's $68.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah. So as much as people go, oh, move to Florida, there's no income tax here. It's like, yeah, there's no income tax because I'm spending all my income on fucking car insurance. We drive slow because we're used to driving around more potholes than roads. Excuse me, sir. Have you ever witnessed Jersey roads? They are in a perpetual state of construction. I think on the turnpike, there is one section of the turnpike that has been in construction for the past 15 years. If you doubt the origins of mystery meat, just follow the rules. If it tastes like chicken and it's exotic, you're probably fine. If it tastes like pork, it's probably pork. If it tastes like veal, that's human meat run. That's fair enough. So is PA. We like our roads like we like our quilts patchwork. That's fair enough. Still doesn't excuse you guys driving like shit everywhere else, though. I'll always go back to the one story in one of my college classes. We were talking about origin of stereotypes. And the teacher asked if anyone has ever been mistreated due to a stereotype about them. And this one girl raises her hand and she goes, yeah, everyone always freaking honks at me and judges me by my license plate. And I turn to her and I go, what are you, from Pennsylvania? And she goes, yeah, how did you know?
Oh, you had some bad news that I'm sure you delivered gleefully.
And I just fucking started laughing. And there was 2 other people from Jersey in my class, and they start laughing, and the teacher's like, what are you guys laughing about? I'm like, she's from Pennsylvania!
There are just some things that you can't write. Like I had those experiences in college sometimes, and they're the crazy ones too. Like this one, it's like, oh, I've lived in Georgia all my life. Oh, cool. So what do you think about Chick-fil-A? What's Chick-fil-A? What? And then
What?
one of my favorite conversations I heard, it was from someone up north. They're having a conversation with their roommate out in the hall, and the phrase, "Yeah, you're the first black person I ever met," came up,
Oh, yeah, you told me about that one.
and you just hear, "Wait, what?" Yeah, no, I've never seen a real black person before
I've
except on
never
screen.
seen-
It's like,
Wait, real black person?
it was the phrasing was like,
You've seen fake black people?
which then of course brings into question who she hangs out with.
Trudeau,
and
probably.
certain activities. So, oof. That man was never living that down.
Nor should he.
I love that while apologizing for wearing blackface, he accidentally reveals that he's been doing it a lot, and he doesn't know which instance he's apologizing for.
Listen, I've worn a lot. Hold on a minute. I'm not gonna get caught on that one.
Which one? You know that.
Wait a minute.
Oh, God. Or like the time that we encountered a locked door, and me and the other guy from Jersey in our dorm were like, oh, we can just lockpick this. And they're like, oh, you're going to lockpick this? Them thinking we're like going to break out bobby pins and shit. No, we just go grab a Phillips head, unscrew the lock from the door, and just unscrew the door as well. And they're like, how is that lockpicking? We're like, this is Jersey lockpicking. When you can't get it through the lock, you go around the lock.
That's not lockpicking. But it is creative.
First reaction to problem. When you're from New Jersey, just dismantle it.
I feel like I would have fit in quite well in New Jersey. Based just purely on that story.
It can't be a problem if it's been reduced to parts.
I would love to see a story now where someone wholeheartedly believes in that stereotype. It's like, you can do this. What do you mean I can do this? Well, you're from Jersey. You can take this part, right? It's a bomb. I'm not trained for this.
That's a funny story because someone actually... Somebody actually walked up to me one time and was like, hey, so if, like, there was, like, a homemade bomb or something, you could be, like, dismantle it, right? I'm like, I don't know, I guess? Like, me thinking, like, how difficult could a homemade bomb be? And so, like, oh, well, okay. And then I sat there for the rest of the day thinking, did I just stop a bomb attempt?
Yeah, you told me about that story. The day you're like, did I just prevent a horrible, horrible thing from happening?
Did I just accidentally prevent a bombing?
Did I prevent a bombing?
We just fixed
Good job.
everything by jerry-rigging it. Yes, that is absolutely what happens. Flashing back to my dad bungee cording me to the front of the grill of the car so I could pour water on the radiator because the water line was busted.
Fucking dad of the year right there.
Is this safe? Don't worry, you're on the front of the car. I'll stop if I lose sight of you.
What the fuck is wrong with your dad?
Oh.
Fucking smoke's billowing out from the roof.
Yeah, no, you know what? I'm now... The more you tell me about parts of your childhood, the more I'm like, the South really did just somehow get stuck in that little area. You guys just transplanted like a part of Alabama or Georgia up there. It just forgot to come home.
Well, it's probably Alabama, to be honest, because the joke is that everyone in Chadwick is related to everyone else in Chadwick.
Always a fun joke to encounter. And then you start seeing the town photos.
Yeah, there's 7 towns feed into my high school.
Oh god.
We also share a mailbox with 3 towns and a fire department with 2.
Well, okay, that's actually not that unusual.
I mean, no, it's not unusual if you live in the rural area, but it is a little bit unusual when you have 7 fire departments in a city.
7 fucking fire
That's more of a problem than unusual.
But yeah, it was really complicated because technically we lived in one town, but so like on some stuff when it's like, oh, where what's your address? It's like, oh, I'm in this town. But if it's like, what's your mailing address? We actually had to put a different town because our town didn't have a postal service. So technically, our mailing address was in a different town.
Yeah, no, that's the thing that happens. Atin sounded shocked, but that totally...
It's like, what do you mean?
I'm from Chicago.
And yet, Chicago has like 24 different postal codes because for some reason they thought it was a good idea to make East and West Chicago as well as normal Chicago. You cunts.
Fucking meanwhile in the original 13 colonies. Oh, what's your postal code? Oh, like the entire area of this lower section of the entire state is this one postal code.
Makes sense.
Which, I mean, to be fair, the population of Vermont entirely can fit into a single city.
This is technically true.
Sounds like some of the small towns around here, they have a mailing city of larger cities closest to them. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that happens occasionally.
But anyway, so back to the garbage story of really garbage intent. Should I do that, I'll go knee deep to shoulder deep in an instant. Better wait till it gets cold, I thought, as I recollected my thoughts. What?
Meh.
As the four Japanese began to converse with one and other, I then began to open my book, but I find all pages to be blank. Wait, I thought, what did the characters do when they tried to figure out the stats? Then I heard someone mention a menu. The crystal! I then dragged my book closer to me and touched White Pearl. Then a screen pops into my eyes. Level 1, I mumbled out. Then toggle with menu to see what kind of hero I am. Hero of the Tomb. I then look at the skill chart presented in my menu, and to my surprise, I've already unlocked at least 10 skills, which would be
Sneaky, you said
great.
Hero of the Tomb.
But then I checked closer and found out that all of them were non-combatant. Master linguist, hyper-awareness. I mean, you're not a master linguist if you don't know Japanese. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
you can't call yourself a master of linguistics and then be like, oh, well, I don't know this commonly spoken language. Hyper-awareness.
I'm a master of some languages.
Charisma point. Oh, hey, Max, here is a Bravely Default joke. Investigate, interrogate, negotiate, rebellion? How is that a skill? Discernment.
Wait, how is that a Bravely Default joke?
Hold on. Fated encounter and analyze. Question mark. End quote. What am I? The freelancer class from Bravely Default?
I hate you.
Get the fuck out. I'm not
Thanks,
saying
Idiot.
that game was not the most amazing game, but it was a fun game, and I enjoyed it.
Speaking of,
It was a
Bravely
good
Default,
little
who wants to
start. It
talk?
was a good little RPG for people that wanted to get their dip their toes into RPGs, JRPGs.
It also had some it had some nice storytelling. It had some funny voice acting.
Had some great music.
Amazing.
Had some, the job system was the job system. Nothing more need be said about that.
Job system was fine.
But compared to what I knew about Nafumi and his eventual hell, I really gotta count my blessings. Master of None certainly beats being labeled crippling over specialist, that's for sure. Okay, well, again, this is like actually something of a gripe of mine, where people are like, Jack of all trades is a master of nothing.
The problem is they're forgetting the
The rest
third
of the
part
line.
of that phrase.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like...
Which is basically going, but hey, that's still pretty fucking useful.
Yeah. Hey, new kid, Montoyasu called out to me. Yay. You are not even remotely worthy of having Xander Mobus voicing you, you damned prick. Who the fuck's that? Come here and tell us your name, he waved.
Is the name familiar to me? I'm just trying to remember what all of his roles are that I listened
With
to.
a sigh, I came fourth! Actually, you came fifth.
I'm sorry, someone has given me the word sneaky. I've got it.
Yeah?
Florida man arrested for attempting to barbecue child molesters.
I fail to see how this is a problem.
Yeah, I don't see the issue here.
My question is, what's he going to do with that barbecue?
I don't know.
Like,
Sell it?
Can you imagine that? Like, you get yourself some nice long pig, and then you find out it's a kid diddler. It's like, well, I can't eat this.
See, I think the full completion of this plan, and they should have allowed it to reach its accumulation. Florida man barbecues child molester, successfully sells it to local alligator.
All right then.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if there was a sentient alligator in Florida. There's that what's the alligator that's apparently like 300 years old or whatever? And it's like four
The
times
one
the
that
size
lives
of a
on the
normal
golf
gator?
course that's 18 meters long? Or no, wait, no, it was 8 meters long. Yeah. That one? Yeah. Fucking things the size of 2 cars.
That's the one.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm just playing around a golf. Holy shit!
Holy shit! That's a fucking gator right there?
I
Just gotta
can't
pass
even
through
get
this
in.
one.
You know what? We're just gonna play through.
I like the thing is you can't even run from that because gators in a straight line can run up to 60 miles per hour.
That's
I wonder
what
if
dodging is
I
for.
wonder if you hit the golf ball in the alligator's mouth.
I'm sorry, when an alligator the size of 2 cars is coming at me 60 miles per hour, I don't think dodging is on the menu anymore.
Just dodge roll through the hitbox, you'll be fine.
Just dodge roll through the hit. Florida man successfully
Okay.
discovers hitbox invulnerability frames.
Which
Would you be
game is
surprised
the
if it
dodgeball
was a
coming
Floridian
from?
who discovered that?
Florida man quoted saying, "Yeah, you just gotta roll just right and the invincibility frames kick right in."
Here's a question. If you hit it into the alligator's mouth, does that count as an out of bounds? Or does it count as a
No, I'm sorry. I can just
Water.
imagine some.
I
dude
believe
dodge
that
rolls to an
counts as a
alligator,
suicide.
And just God shows up. How did you figure it out?
Literal ray from heaven. Seriously, how the
No.
fuck did you figure this out?
That would be an interesting superpower. You wake up, just superpower, dodge roll. You always roll perfectly.
Writing prompt. You wake up one day to discover that God has left Easter eggs in reality.
Okay,
So I just
yeah.
rolled right at this. I rolled right where this tree was clipping into the ground, and boom, developer room.
So
Exactly. Developer room.
If an alligator swallowed a golf ball, that would mean the golfer would have to drop it 2 club lengths behind the hazard where the ball crossed the hazard line. Although I'm not sure exactly where the hazard line would be for a cross.
I believe the alligator
mouth.
is the hazard line.
No, but it's not. It's just the mouth. You like as soon as you get back behind its mouth, you're good.
I am fairly certain an alligator the size of 2 cars has successfully passed the point of entire body is now a weapon.
War has changed.
War has changed.
created something, a weapon to surpass.
Weapon to surpass the Metal Gear. Florida man tames 2-car-sized alligator. A weapon to surpass the Metal Gear.
Florida man, the Phantom.
Florida man successfully punches Metal Gear to death.
So the story's over. So this is literally just tell us your name. My name's Nan Jo-ha. I'm Korean. I got dragged here by the end of my will. To be continued. That's the end of the chapter. So basically, it's absolute garbage.
As expected.
But what was I saying? No, Florida man. So there was actually I'm currently reading a story, very good story. It's a Can Cole story on space battles, I believe. About a abyssal carrier, low class, for anyone who follows Can Cole.
Is this the all work no play?
Yes, all work, no play. Yes.
I'm gonna go eat. I'll be back.
Where one of the omakes was a bunch of Onion articles, theoretical Onion articles existing in the Can Cole verse, with two of the headlines being, Florida man sinks abyssal, and Florida man puts mortar on rowboat, insisting that he is a resurrected resurrected ship girl. And then someone comments, knowing Florida, these two things are completely unrelated. And I had to laugh at that, because it's like, I feel, because Florida's like absolute danger territory when it comes to a species of Bacillian ship girls that are trying to wipe out humanity by attacking the coast, because pretty much all of Florida is coastline. So I feel like Florida's like a danger area, and like only the stupidest people would still be living there, except we would still get these headlines of Florida man beats abyssal to death, scientists dumbfounded, later dies of cocaine overdose. But that's neither here nor there. We got a whopping 30 minutes left. And you know what 30 minutes left means? It means we got some cringe to do. Okay, let's see. How about a Naruto Bleach crossover?
Sure, why not?
all
Been
right.
a while since one of those.
Excellent.
Why
So-
the fuck not at this point?
This
When
is called...
was the last time we looked at one of these?
A while back. This is called He Who Has Been Denied Love and Peace. Yeah. It's cringy.
That sounds familiar for some reason.
Oh, I certainly hope it doesn't.
Before
Aizen
this was one of the
Sosuke.
first ever covered.
No, there's no way it's the first ever covered. I really don't think so. I hope not.
July 3rd, 2013. I don't know, man. This is a pretty good contender.
It's
for
possible.
being one of the first covered.
Aizen Sosuke. Who is he? What is his secret? What mysteries lay beyond those cold, detached eyes? As the spiritual beings of the three worlds start to celebrate the peace they deserve, their illusions of peace will be shattered by the very
halfway through this
man who has been denied love and peace. For Aizen Sosuke is Uzumaki Naruto.
Thankfully, halfway through the story, the author got stabbed by Aizen, who asked the author, "Since when did you have the illusion you were writing me?"
Oh
I
man,
can't find a
dude.
fucking image anymore where Aizen just fucking stabs the author just like suddenly. Hold on, I'm just gonna find it.
Oh, couldn't happen to a better person. Soul Society is rampart with celebration as they joyfully enjoyed. Okay. The peace after consecutive attacks from very powerful enemies. At the main captain meeting hall, as opposed to the side captain meeting hall or the backup captain meeting hall, a whole bunch of people.
A whole bunch of people.
A whole bunch of people, as opposed to all the people, or some of the people, or a minimal amount of people, were bountifully enjoying. What the fuck are these adjectives and adverbs and shit?
Just wait till you get even further down.
Some things happened.
Oh, keep going.
Fuck.
Did you just fall out of your stool? Actually, guess it's fall off, not fall out of.
Okay. Okay. I'm alright.
Do I need
Yes,
to
I
call
did in
someone?
fact just fall out of my chair.
Do I need
Audio.
to call someone?
No, yeah, I got back in my chair. It's alright. I'm not drunk. I didn't fall out of my chair because I was drunk. I fell out of my chair because I was laughing too hard.
Okay.
And I don't.
Just making sure. Ugh.
Alright, you know what? I'll give you that panel comic. I'll give you that nose hair. I'll give you that. Some things happened. Jesus Christ. That made major changes.
Some things happened. Not even just like, this happened. Just some things. Fucking.
Yeah.
So there were some changes.
Some changes happened. Oh, like what kind of changes? Oh, like 90% of the fighting force of the Shinigami are dead.
I'm sorry, what? just the very.
I feel we need to back up because that seems like an inadequate explanation for what the fuck you
I
just
feel
said.
like some and major are very disproportionate descriptors of what you have just said.
Those are very different words.
Hueco Mundo and the Living World. First, a peace was formed between the Shinigami, Arankar, Fullbringers, Quincy, and Visorid. Yeah, I'm gonna press X to doubt on that. It's like all the
When the
Quincy
fuck
are
was this?
dead, the Fullbringers are gone.
The only ones that there would be peace with would be Arankar and Vizard, and the Fullbringers were like...
Didn't they all lose their powers or some shit?
I don't think they lost their powers, but there were like 4 or 5 of them in total that actually knew they had powers.
Yeah.
Or at least that we see on screen. Theoretically, there's probably a couple hundred in existence, but that's such a small number, they don't bring
That
much
feels
to the
like such an
table.
easy way to create an edgy OC self-insert in the Bleach universe.
Oh, yeah. Second, some of the deceased were brought back to life because Orihime's powers, including all of the main cast and deceased Shinigamis. Sadly, they couldn't find any trace of the So Taicho or Fuko Taicho, so they weren't brought back. Lots of people were brought back to life. P.S.
Except for
Unfortunately, Two of the most important people could not be found and were not brought back to life.
I think maybe it's because the author hated those two.
Footnote. Two important people, the president and vice president, were not brought back to life.
They did.
It's like this author has a really, really hard time with properly stating the magnitude of what's occurring.
Say these random people didn't get brought back because I hate them. Just
Lots of people were brought back to life. Footnote, except the president. Fuck that guy. As they enjoyed rounds of drinks, the doors opened and in entered the 5 royal guards. Everyone immediately stopped. The lead royal guard, Asho, said, Ryo-sama invites you to witness Aizen Sosuke. Divine sentence. Ichigo raised a brow. Can I ask why we're invited? That's not what Ichigo would say. Of course you can, Senjumaru Shiratara started, but you may not. I see where he was going with that. With the whole, I don't know, can you go to the bathroom? Or may I go to the bathroom thing? Yeah, yes, I understand the joke? Would you call that a joke?
I don't think
An attempt at a joke. Also, Ichigo would just, alright, be that way, bitch, and go back to the party. I don't
Yeah,
think he would
Ichigo would be
indulge
like,
in this.
why? No, fuck off.
He would either say okay and then just go watch, or say whatever and go back to the party.
Yeah,
with
pretty
his
much. Whatever would be the most likely one.
rivals / enemies.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot of that people in that room that are willing to kill Ichigo.
Yes.
Yes. I think a lot is an understatement.
Yes. All probably encapsulates
There's an excessive amount of people that want Ichigo dead.
an untold number. The number is untold because I can't even give you one.
There are a lot of them.
She smirked at his annoyed expression. Alright, fine. May I ask why we're invited, Osho-san? Okay, wait.
Who is this, anyways?
He just literally killed the joke. So Ichigo goes, can I ask why we're invited? Of course you can ask, but you may not ask. Alright, fine. May I ask why we're invited? She literally just said you can't. You made the joke, and then you're like, well, let's just not. Okay.
Let's not commit to it.
Going in the bin. Fuck you.
Since you were all manipulated by him, Ryo-sama thought it would be beneficial if all the people who were manipulated by him were to bear witness to his sentence and be content with it. Soifan scoffed. I don't really care what happens to him as long as he is killed. Ichigo frowned, while everyone else gave soft nods of affirmation. It seemed like he is the only one who didn't even harbor the thought of being content with Aizen's death. The mere thought of him is just wrong. The mere thought of him? So just thinking about Aizen is wrong.
No, the mere thought to him.
Oh.
You missed your word.
But that doesn't make sense. That makes less sense though, because Ichigo literally went into the final battle with Aizen going, I am going to expend all of my power and I'm going to try and kill Aizen with it.
his dad taught him what should have been a surefire kill technique that Aizen lucked out when it came
And
to
then
surviving.
Ichigo was surprised by it, but he was like, alright, well, I guess if Aizen's trapped, that's good enough. It's not
Yeah,
like I can
Ichigo
do...
was like, well, it sucks it didn't kill him, but good
It's
sake,
not
he's
like
dead.
I can do anything about it. Yeah.
Ichigo is one of those rare Shonen Jump protags that goes into a fight like, no, I intend to kill you if I can. I am not pussyfooting around this. I will not give you mercy.
Fuck you.
Well, I
You are a
mean, no,
problem.
no, he does give mercy, because even, if you remember back to even, like, the invasion arc, like...
No. I'm talking like in the final confrontation.
Oh,
with
no, I'm
Big
talking about, like, in the invasion arc, like, even back then, he was like, yeah, I'll kill people if they, try and prevent me from saving Rukia, but if I beat them and they're on the ground, I'm not gonna execute them. But if they die during the battle, that's okay.
Yeah, I know, but there are a lot of shonen protags that shy away even from that. There are a lot of authors that won't even commit to he died in the course of the battle.
Yeah.
Well, that might just
Oh,
be a
well, yeah, I know that.
Ichigo is straight up just like, if they
Nah,
die, they fucking die.
I don't give a shit.
But, if I manage to beat them down and they're clearly unable to use their weapon now, it's like, all right, cool. You gonna keep getting in my way? Can you stop me from your position? No, all right,
I've
later.
kicked the shit out of you. You
Bye.
are now prevented from stopping me. Great, I'm gonna move on. And it's not even like, it's not even like the normal shonen pro tag of like, oh, I beat you up, but you're still clearly able to fight. It's like, no, like, he stabs the shit out of people, and they're like on the ground, bleeding out, and he's like, alright, now I can move on.
Actually, yeah, no. Reggie nearly died in their second fight because it's like, that's a lot of blood loss. You gonna be okay?
Wait, did he also, like, cut off Renji's arm in their first fight?
No. No, Renji nearly cut his arm off, though.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
But in the second fight, round 2, it's just like, yeah, that's a lot of blood loss. Are you sure I should leave you alone? Just go save your. Like, are you sure? Yes. Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah, it's
Don't die, I guess.
like literally he just fucking kicks the shit out of people. They're bleeding on the ground, dying. He's like, "All right, well,
I don't remember if he cut Renji's arm off or not, but
you guys good?"
Renji nearly died after the second encounter.
Oh, Renji might have been disarmed in the second encounter. That might have been where the blood loss came from.
It's very possible.
Yeah.
Losing a limb means there's a lot of exit points for veins.
But yeah, like Ichigo didn't fuck around. Like he was just like, "Yeah, I'm ready to kill you, but if you're not gonna fight me, then I'm just gonna move on."
If I don't need to, I won't. So don't make me need to.
Basically, like honestly, that's kind of why I liked Ichigo and Bleach a lot. Is even like the whole like reasoning behind why the 100-year-old spirits were weaker than the like 3 months of training Ichigo. Because like after you're dead, you're no longer alive, so technically you're no longer able to like really gain experience and continue learning and shit. You're kind of stuck in a rut because you're dead. I
Yeah,
like
pretty
that
much.
explanation.
Let's not talk about what happened after the Aizen.
As far as I'm concerned, the Aizen arc was the end of the story.
I know the Aizen arc really should have just been the absolute end. And then when it was finally like, oh, I think he finally hit a writing groove where he's really improving, he was told to wrap it up in 3 weeks. And it's like, oh, okay. I mean, at least we got a 7-year epilogue. I don't know.
I saw Ichigo's final form, and it was like he got spiky ass hair, and his
OC, please don't steal.
yeah, his like sword turns into some giant like throwing knife, and it's just like, what the fuck is this?
Was that his final form, or was that his Fullbringer form?
No, the Fullbringer form was some sort of armored shit. No, I'm talking about his final form, where like his weapon turned into some giant fucking throwing knife attached to a chain. It was stupid as fuck looking.
I am going to give them this. We finally got to see uh Kenpachi's like proper release.
Oh yeah, isn't it like a
And
giant butcher knife or something?
appropriately, it was a giant,
Yeah.
and that was it. We
Yeah.
also found out why everyone was so scared of Unohana.
Because she was the
Because the
original Kenpachi.
She was, well, no, not the original, but she was the one before the current one.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Didn't the
oh,
author say he wanted to
that
end it at the
explains a
Aizen
lot.
fight? It's possible, yeah.
If he said that, that wouldn't surprise me because that really there were a lot of subplots that were just left, but for the main story, yeah, it really should have just ended after that with like a maybe a 2-year time skip with a hint of like, nah, Ichigo's just living a
He's living a
normal
normal
clinic.
life with.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the best way to end Bleach would have been Ichigo gives everything, beats Aizen. Aizen's dead. Like he's not, he didn't survive afterwards. Like no, Aizen is just flat out dead. Ichigo gave it his all. He too is removed out of the spiritual world in terms of current. Like until he dies, until he becomes an
Really, sure.
actual spirit. He's
If
just,
you still wanted like if you didn't want the bittersweet ending of him never seeing the friends he made in Soul Society, it's like he regained a little bit, just enough to converse with
I mean,
them.
I would go more with the whole bittersweet ending of like, you know, he loses it all, and it seems like it's just gone. Like everything is just gone for him, and then it goes the final epilogue, post epilogue chapter or whatever is like, you know, 5 years, 7 years in the future, where Ichigo is now running the clinic, and he's, you know, having a conversation with a very blurred figure. So like he sort of regains some of his power, just enough to talk to the spirits again. But like,
Yeah, like maybe not enough to see them clearly, but not be like, oh no, I can totally hear a voice. It's gargled, but I can understand them.
and then like he gets called over by, I don't know, Uryu or fucking Karen or some shit because another patient showed up. Basically showing that, you know, he's taken over the clinic. He's slowly getting his powers back, and or maybe not really, just like he's
Hell,
just
you could fucking tease at the end of that he might even get his power back. And
like, no, like he's recovered. He's moving on. He's, you know, he's taken over the clinic. He's matured. Is basically how the epilogue should have ended. You know, he still has quote quote ties, being that he can, you know, still talk to the Shinigami, but like more because of, you know, where his spiritual power is. That's basically all he can do. So he's actually matured. He's actually moved on. He's taken over the clinic. He still helps people, but now it's healing them instead of, you know, fighting for them. I think that would have been a very nice ending for Bleach to end on, because, you know, Ichigo's always been a
that would have been a nice
protector.
epilogue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, like we got the epilogue. We clearly did get to see that. Oh yeah, some people ended up with others. You still, Orihime and Ichigo are now a married couple. You still could have kept that,
Yeah.
even.
Uryu, the Quincy guy. Not and Unohana was the medic captain. She was the Kenpachi before Kenpachi was Kenpachi. Kenpachi isn't actually a name; it's a title for strongest fighter or something in Japanese.
I don't remember. Like,
It has some sort of represental value. It's not like it's a name that you can go by, like introducing yourself as Kenpachi, but it's more like a title than like an actual genuine name you would be given at birth.
Yeah.
And then
was still-
so they all get teleported from the meeting hall to the courtroom, a magical god courtroom, the god courthouse, as it's called, where people who try to overthrow gods are sentenced. Because apparently this is so common, they built a courtroom for it.
You know, maybe Soul Society should burn if we had.
It's that moment of self-reflection of, wait, you guys built a courtroom for how many people you need to sentence for trying to overthrow you?
Be the
Has it
baddies.
occurred?
Has it occurred to anyone they might actually have a reason?
Oh.
I'm surprised there was. Was there just a Soul Society version of like the Arbiter? Like, I'm surprised that there wasn't.
No, honestly, that would have been a neat thing. But no, there wasn't. More lights appeared and 3 beings sat at the bench. Blah blah blah. It's people. Blah blah blah.
Man,
Aizen Sosuke in his Hueco Mundo attire appeared. The black-haired guys, Yami and Kami. Oh boy, it's the Yami and Kami. Because the author doesn't know what Yami and Kami means. Wow.
Sorry, hang on. What did I just miss? What?
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm
the
swapping stuff.
so the author has the Kami
Uh-huh.
and the Yami. Because they don't know what Yami and
Uh-huh.
Kami mean.
Oh.
They have the Yami.
this is literally called the Darkness.
Yes.
Get the goddess darkness. Okay.
Darkness.
Aizen Sosuke, we have delayed judgment for too long no more. You will soon be dealt with. Still, the gods think they can dictate what my fate is. That is amusing. Your delusions of grandeur are truly extraordinary. Everyone scowled at his disrespect. It's like, wait, you're in the courtroom, chained down before 3 gods, and they're like, alright, we're gonna judge you now. And your response is, oh, you think you can judge me even though I've been restrained and I'm in your courtroom and, like, unable to break free?
This court cannot judge me in just poison.
I would like to dispute this case on the grounds that I am a citizen of Earth and not a citizen of your country. Therefore, your laws don't apply to me. Still the god. So you don't fear annihilation, Aizen Sosuke. If I don't fear death, what is there to fear in life?
Someone's been reading their philosophy book.
Yeah, I mean that's some really basic bitch philosophy. But I mean honestly, I fear a lot in life. Like dying, that's easy. That you're dead, then nothing happens.
I
But
see.
If you're alive, you can be tortured in so many different ways. You know, you can just have both your legs broken, and then you're just released back into the world with broken legs. And you
What
just
the fuck did I come back to?
the author's trying to be deep and shit by having Aizen
sweet
Sosuke
Christ.
quote
Oh,
Philosophy
God.
101.
Oh, what the fuck did I eat? That is foul.
He just farted into his face because he's sniffing his own farts.
No, it wasn't. That's definitely not what happened. It just smells really bad.
You shouldn't sniff your own farts, Atin.
Yes. I'll try to remember that the next time I fart on a chair.
Remember, everyone, important wisdom from true Sneaky Devil. Don't
Yeah.
sniff your own
Don't
farts.
sniff your own farts. I will not fear some gods who falsely believe they can end my existence.
What? I have real bad news for you, fam.
I'm pretty sure the term God pretty much puts someone on the point of, yes, I can in fact end your existence.
That'd be like someone walking up to Dark Eater Midir and being like, I ain't afraid of no bitch-ass dragon. Laser.
That's totally just
Oh man.
like you just hear the fucking Dragon Ball Z power charging sound, and all of a sudden it's just like the fucking explosion.
They go over and do that, and it's like, oh, that's weird. Why am I hearing two boss music tracks at once?
Soifan then whispers to her mistress, I want to kill him. I want to bash in that face until his head is detached from his head.
I see.
I'm really wishing this was now.
I want to beat your face in until your face is detached from your face.
That's
That's
some anger.
Yorichi responds to the whisper, don't worry, Soifan. He can't do anything while they are there. The gold-haired goddess, the Megagami, frowned before her power fluctuated around her. Very well then, Aizen Sosuke. Let us see if this belief of yours will hold. Then all the fellow deities flared their powers and pointed at him, who remained neutral. But before the light crushed him, it shattered, and everyone was shocked, including the deities. Impossible. It didn't work on him. Aizen smiled, and Reo frowned. The only reason for that to happen is if he was actually innocent, has something on him that somehow negates our powers, or that he is a prophecy. That smile of his.
Ooh.
He knows what's going on. He leaned toward Megagami's ears. And I just want to point out that the good god is called the Megakami.
It's Megami. You're just mispronouncing it like an idiot.
Fuck you. Let's
No, you're
call
an idiot.
Rakudo here. The Rakudo Senin is going to show up. Cool. He is the prophecy chronicler. He might provide us with information about what prophecy that Aizen's supposed to fulfill. And so they called for the Rakudo Senin. And the Rakudo Senin showed up, and everyone but Aizen was blinded. And despite being bright light, the man's face was encased in a... Okay, I'm drunk and I can't remember how you
Silhouette.
silhouette.
I really wanted this
There we
to be
go.
different.
I'll get it someday. While the rest of his body was displayed. Wait, so it's just a normal human body and then the face is just like black. Okay. Just a solid black head. Got it. I don't know why that's... Okay, sure. It's the Rakudo Senin from Naruto. And he looks like the Rakudo Senin from Naruto. What do you need of me? And they called him over and they whispered to him. And he goes, yeah, well, I hate to disappoint you all, but there's like a shit ton of prophecies that have yet to be fulfilled. And like half of the chosen ones vanished from existence for unexplainable reasons. I can't help you beyond that.
Sorry to have to be the one to tell you. but,
I know all of the prophecies, except, like, I can't tell you shit.
Is that just... Is this a moment of, like, so I might have accidentally dropped the map that, you know, has the cure to everything?
That
I
map
see.
was useless. I threw it in the fucking river.
I see, that leaves only one option. Search him! And so, mechanical arms reach over to Aizen, and she goes, bend over, Aizen. This will only take a moment.
Heyo!
Please stop taking artistic liberties at this point.
As Ryatsu coded her arms to start automatically searching Aizen, Rakudo sat down beside Reo and asked, "Would you mind if I summon my people here? It has been time since they witnessed the session." The three deities gave their confirmation, and then he teleports a bunch of ninjas in.
Oh,
As
okay.
you do.
And it's like all the Hokages, all the Kages in general.
They're just there.
Especially the Hokages. All the Hokages show up. And they're the elements. Each Hokage represents one element, which apparently is wind, water, fire, and wood.
I feel bad for Earth and Heart.
I'm sorry, Earth and Heart, you've been replaced by wood.
Earth, Heart, you've been replaced by Dank.
You know what? I did dab on one of my coworkers today.
Hold on. What would be the god of Dank?
I feel like that would probably be Snoop Dogg.
Probably Snoop Dogg, yeah. Huh, Grimjow asks, "What are those guys doing here?" And then Minato smiles at him. "Arankar-san, we only wish to witness a divine sentence. We haven't seen one in years." And then
We're here to watch the blood sport.
Okay, I mean, look, that is a legitimate thing.
Emilio Apache goes, "Wow, Minato Uzumaki is really hot. He's like super hot. I want him to stay there because he's hot." Apache, Lilionette, Ginger Buck commented, "You are drooling." She didn't even hear what she said.
Who were these two again?
So Emilio Apache is one of the girls of the Shark Lady. They combined together to
Okay.
form the demon antlered guy.
Oh, okay. Apache was the tier 1.
Yes, I believe so, yeah. And Lilionette
And,
is the guns of the number one strongest dude.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but I remember how fucking cool he was when he showed up.
His name was
Coyote?
no.
No, he had to do with coyotes. I don't think his name was. No, it was. Yeah,
His
it's
last-
Coyote Stark.
Coyote.
Stark.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, it's Coyote Stark. Yeah, he was.
Yep.
He was pretty cool when he showed up.
Yes.
He was actually cool, and then we found out that one of the guys was, "Hey, what's your Shikai? I make you play a game." That's the Shikai?
What's the Bankai do? Yes.
What's the Bankai do? I
Yeah.
make the rules.
Oh, Shirada smirked. "It seems the traitor is more
I'm sorry,
childish than
Max,
I thought."
The most powerful Soul Reaper of them all, Calvin.
Okay. Activate my Bankai. Alright, what's the Bankai? "We play Calvin Ball." I'm sorry, what?
How does one play Calvin Ball? Nobody fucking knows.
You play Calvin Ball by doing whatever the fuck I say, whatever the fuck I say. That doesn't seem
No,
like a very
the first
fun
rule of
game.
Calvin Ball is that you play Calvin Ball.
The second rule of Calvin Ball is Hobbs always wins.
I'm sorry, I would love to see the moment where the anime villain finally understands the rules.
That's definitely JoJo tier, though.
Oh, absolutely. He just goes, "Wait a minute. The
Oh
rules."
no, actually no. See, here's the thing. That's an actual problem. Joseph gets that power. Oh no.
Joseph
Oh,
gets that power.
no.
That shit immediately hits the fan for every single.
Like, of all the JoJos that don't need that power, it's Joseph. Because he doesn't play by the rules to begin with. He'll make the rules and then just not play by them.
Well, you see, the first rule of Calvin Ball is that Calvin doesn't need to follow the Calvin Ball rules.
Sorry, what was that? I heard you wanted a fair fight. How about no?
I heard you wanted a fair fight. I don't do those.
Sadly, the
knows-
Hogyoku is forever attached into his chest. I can't do anything about that, no matter how hard I try.
Once again, a
I-
friendly reminder. Friendly reminder. they went, man, he's so strong, we can't actually do anything about it, but we can totally just seal you forever. So, yeet.
And also, we found these things on him: calligraphy notes, writing apparatuses, a box of tea. Who just carries a box of tea on them? Besides
This man.
British people. And following unusual items that no one could make heads or tails of. The first item was a cup of ramen. The second item was a pair of dark green goggles. And the third item was a toad-shaped wallet. Ha ha ha, Grimjow laughed hysterically. Oh man, Eisen kept those things on him and we didn't even notice. However, everyone else frowned. Why does Eisen have these items on him? And then the question was immediately answered, and everyone started to sweat. Eisen remained stoic as he quickly plunged his hand into Shirada's Hayori and pulled out her Zanpak toe, allowing him to block the strike to his head via the staff of Sarutobi Hiruzen. The aforementioned royal guard, in the meantime, let out a gasp of shock at the sudden intrusion and stumbled back at the concussion that occurred at the impact. Oh, Eisen mused. What poor, pitiful, defenseless creature did I offend this time? That is not an Eisen thing. That Eisen would not say that.
He would say, "At what point did you think you were judging me?" 'Cause he's a fucking-
I was gonna say, as much as his nose is a shit poster,
Proceeds to
that's actually
stab all
probably
the
pretty
gods
accurate.
simultaneously.
That is absolutely incorrect.
I actually plan to be captured to bring you all here, so I can now kill you all simultaneously to prevent you from resurrecting each other.
Question: how does that work? I don't know, but Kubo wrote it, so we're dealing with it.
A Lamau.
Kubo just you just see Kubo writing it, then he just turns the camera. Did you write it?
God damn it. The offender removed his staff from the Zanpak toe and engaged in melee combat with Eisen. One thing that everyone noted was that Eisen is fighting one-handed to contrast his opponent. Sarutobi twirled his staff. Well, I mean, you can't really fight with a staff one-handed. Because then it's just a club.
It's a very long club, yes.
And bashed and raised Eisen, who has forced him backwards. Blur's crossed vision. You were careless, Sarutobi, Tobrima said, narrowing his eyes at him. You failed to notice that he was in the perfect position to disarm and kill you. Now, why did you snap? Harashima asked. What is it about this man that has angered you so much? I know who these objects belong to. I know their design, and the ones the criminal had are these objects. These goggles were a gift, and the wallet was a gift. And the Minato and the redhead behind him gained an odd sense of foreboding. The flavor of the ramen presented is Naruto's favorite ramen, miso ramen with roasted, lightly fried pork fillets.
Alright, you need to calm down there, Mr. Phoenix.
I refuse.
He gritted his teeth. I would have never thought that he would end up in the wrong hands. Tell me, you bastard, he snarled at the amused Eisen. What have you done to Uzumaki Naruto? And everyone was shocked.
Hey.
Eisen lowered his blade and said, "Ah, yes, the Jinchuriki, I presume. Isn't he that 10-year-old child with blonde hair, blue eyes, and whisker marks? Goodness, I didn't even know that someone still considered him dear. Now I feel bad about doing all that I did to him." What?
Christ, the the end.
Everyone narrowed their eyes at him. His name came up on the Wayward Soul list I had around 2 years ago, and according to that list, he was posted as a special case. Curious as I was, I snuck my way to the area, found one soul kneeling in midair, his chain of fate still attached to his chest. His eyes were sullen, his form unmoving, his very person broken. Of course, perhaps the execution at the hands of his people played a part in that. What are you talking about? What did Konoha do to him? Ah, it seems you're ignorant of your own village. Hatred is a powerful thing. It makes people choose the stupidest. It makes people choose the stupidest mistakes.
Hold on, I need to go.
Ah, yes. I forgot about all those times I chose to make a mistake.
I'm gonna go get myself a.
I mean,
Band-Aid.
sometimes you have.
I mean, he's not wrong, man.
Okay, you know,
We've all chosen to
I'll-
do a stupid thing at one point or another, knowing it would be a mistake.
I'll actually give you that one. I will firmly say, though, that choosing to drive off a makeshift ramp to ride the trees in Dead Island was not a mistake.
I think he was talking real life mistakes, but that works.
I mean, that's real life. I was playing a
I like
video
that you
game.
jumped to one of the dumbest things you ever did in that game with me. That's up there with like the great deodorant war.
I just figured out how to duplicate items. I have 999 Deo bombs.
999 what?
And Dead
The
Island,
question
you
is
can
how.
you can create a makeshift grenade that's deodorant with a bunch of other things to make a deo bomb. And oh boy, did they have a kick.
Please tell me.
It
It
was-
just said it was me, Dio, every time you threw it.
No, it was a bomb
I
that had a
bet I can
stupidly
find a
large
mod
knockback radius, and I basically just pushed Max across the map at one point with knockback.
Max, it'd probably just say it would probably just when you.
And then there was the Molotov incident where I set everything on fire.
What do you mean incident?
I feel like it just
Max knows what I'm
What
talking
question?
about. Not the Dead Island one, Max. The Left 4 Dead one.
Here's the thing, you say that, and all I can think is, the biggest everything's on fire incidents always happen in Far Cry 3 and 4.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I remember
No,
the
I
first
was
time I
talking
played
about the
Far Cry.
time I
Hey,
figured out that I could
Sneaky,
use
where'd you
server
throw-
commands to spawn
First of all, as
Molotovs.
dumb as it was, that weed burning mission was kind of great.
Experimenting with my local server. And
Hold
you
on a
crashed.
second.
You crashed.
I figured out
crashed your
the
desktop
Molotov button.
before my
Presses
laptop.
button, spawns 30 Molotovs, crashes.
He managed to crash his own desktop before my shitty laptop.
It turns out 50 Molotovs being simultaneously spawned and exploding simultaneously in the exact same location gives computers a minor seizure.
Gee, I wonder why.
Oh, then going back to Far Cry, like, oh yeah, there's always the fun like Sneaky. Where'd you throw that Molotov? Oh, right over there. Uh-oh. Oh, we're
Everything's, oh god, it's spreading.
Hey. What was it? Hey, Max, I think that bear's on fire. Yeah. And it's
Oh.
coming for us.
And then, of course, there's the times where Sneaky just sets everyone on fire.
Oh.
on purpose.
Oh, what was that one animal that I set on fire that ran into the camp and proceeded to set the entire camp on fire? Was that a lion? I think it was a lion.
It was a big cat of some sort.
Remember, everyone,
It was a big cat that wrecked shit and then died, burned to a crisp.
if Sneaky ever has a Molotov in his hands, don't go near him because he's going to throw it at something, and if he can't find an enemy, he'll throw it at you. Or rather, he'll
I've
throw it-
already got it prepped. I can't just put it away.
Oh, well, I guess I'm gonna die. Throws Molotov at self.
You fucking threw a Molotov at me at one point in Left 4 Dead just because
Oh.
I was going too slow.
No, in Left 4 Dead, Sneaky and I just had a reputation for like, I'm the last one alive. There are 3 special infected. There are no closets to revive anyone, and I have a Molotov. Blaze of glory.
Literal blaze of glory.
For honor!
I will gain my points by killing the enemy team and myself.
But anyway, we're not gonna cover the rest of that story. We were only like a third in. It was fucking cringe. Aizen Sosuke is actually Naruto. That was already spoiled in the summary. So, like, literally the entire first chapter is basically defunct because the big reveal of the first chapter is that Aizen Sosuke is Naruto, but we already knew that because of the summary.
I still think my idea of Aizen becoming an arbiter figure was better.
That was a decent one. But you know, come on, come one, come all. We'll be here Friday. You should tell people about us being here Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Are we EDT or EDST now? I think we're still EDT.
Fucking no.
EDT. You can look it up. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Because, you know, there's always more and it always gets worse.